What's up, everybody? It's Nick from Who Dat Travel. And as you can see, I'm in my kitchen right now. We're nowhere traveling right now, but this is a travel video, and this is what to do when you have found a food that you just absolutely love and can't get it unless you ship it in. Now, what we've done, and when I say we, I mean the wife, for Father's Day, got Katz Deli shipped in from New York. Yes, this place right here. Love it. Now, I have driven literally 12 hours to get a sandwich and turn around and came back. That's how good these sandwiches are. So we had them delivered in because it's been almost 2.5 years since we've had a Katz Deli sandwich. So what they'll do is they overnight, and we got an almost $200 package, and I want to show you what $200 gets you from Katz Deli. All right, so we're gonna start a little bit of Casey Neistat style with the knife, and we're gonna open our package here. Now, these are sent overnight, so there is going to be some packing material and also some ice packs in here. So, opening it up, you can see we have, of course, have some information, a list of what we got, and also a little thank you. This does tell you how to go ahead and defrost your meat, and also all of the other things that you order to be able to cook. Now, I do it a little bit different, and we'll show you that in the video a little bit later. But opening up here, we've got a couple of the ice packs that we've said. Now, we went ahead and ordered not one of their just packages, because we like things a little bit different. Now, first, we actually ordered some bagels. Now, bagels do actually taste different from New York. Now, what I've heard is it's actually the water and the mineral content, as well as, well, the pastrami and the corned beef is all because of that. We also got a thing of their deli rye to be able to make as authentic a sandwich as possible. Now, for those of you that love pickles, these are half sours. Now, we actually got 2 things of them. I like the full dill. The wife loves the half sour, so we went with half sours because there's something different that you can't get around here in the Midwest. Now, we also got thing of, well, this would be the pastrami. Now, I believe that is a pound of it. Oh, no, that might be a half pound. And then we also got corned beef. Now, we absolutely love the Russian dressing, which for those of you that love Reuben's, you need the cheese and also the sauerkraut. And that allows us to make a combination Reuben that has pastrami and corned beef from Katz's. Now, if you guys haven't seen a Katz's sandwich, I will show one right over here or right over here, or maybe it'll be right over my face, but I will show you one from Katz's that we've had previously. And you can see why these are legendary sandwiches. More Russian dressing and more sauerkraut. Now, for the bagels, we actually also got some Nova lox. Now, this is to make lox and bagel. Now, we do also grab a little bit of red onion. We also grab some capers and, of course, some cream cheese, some schmear. So that way we can have an authentic, or as close as authentic, lox and bagel as we possibly can as well. Again, one of our favorite things in New York when we get to go. So, well, that's it. That's $200 worth of stuff. However, now if you make a sandwich this exactly the size that they do at Katz's, that'll probably make you 3 sandwiches, but we're gonna spread it a little bit more because, to be quite honest, the sandwiches are huge. I can barely finish one of them. So we're gonna make a couple that we can actually eat, you know, just a sandwich and be happy with. And then we'll, in the mornings, and I'll show you that too, do lox and bagel and have that. All right, to start out our lox and bagel, we're gonna take a little bit of red onion here that I've already peeled, And I'm just gonna cut some very thin slices. A sharp knife obviously is going to really help with this portion. So that way we can have a really thin slice of onion and put it on our bagel. All right, next we're gonna take some of our cream cheese here. I like to actually kind of, if you got the block form, I like to kind of stir it up a little bit so it's a little bit easier to spread. So that way, you get a little bit of air into it and just a little easier to get on your bagel. All right, so speaking about those bagels, we're gonna actually open up the bag here. Now I am gonna put these in a Ziploc because the way that they've sealed them is actually with like a tape. So we're not going to be able to really keep them in this bag. So to be able to cut these, they are uncut. So I've got a serrated bread knife here that we're just going to cut down the middle. And that way, it never cut straight, but hey, we're doing the best we can. We had a little bit of a thinner side and a thicker one. Now I'm gonna do two here, one for my wife and one for myself, but we'll just do the first one here. All right, so I'm a huge fan of having my bagel a little bit toasted. So we are going to bring this over to our toaster here, and we're going to just have a light toast to it. All right, while that's toasting, we're gonna actually open up our Nova Lock here. It's actually called Nova Lock because it comes from Nova Scotia. So that is the reason. And that beep that you hear means that our bagel is done. So that's gonna cool for a second while we're cutting this open. And really, I'm going to use this other bagel that we've got here kind of as a size gauge. So you really only want kind of one layer of the lock that is going to kind of cover the bagel. So we'll cut this in half. And as you can see, we can get about 6 bagels out of this. So we're gonna have this for breakfast for, well, about 3 days. All right, now we come for time for assembly. So we are going to take our toasted bagel. You can see we've just got just a little bit of color on it. We're gonna take some of the schmear here that we whipped up a little bit and cover just lightly. And I'm actually gonna cover both bagels just lightly. We don't like a ton of it, and that's the nice thing about making it at home. You can decide how much that you want. Now, a lot of the times when you're getting these in New York, you're also gonna have tomato. I'm not a giant tomato fan on it, so we kind of omit that. And I forgot to buy them. So we're gonna go without tomato on this morning. And as I said, you can create them however you want to when you're making them at home. So we're gonna take a little bit of the red onion here. I'm gonna break it up just a little bit more so it's a little bit easier to eat and you're not getting a giant piece of it as you are biting in. And the beep that you're hearing now is my second bagel. We're also gonna grab our capers. I like to put those on the other side. Now again, you can put as many or as few capers as you would like. I do try to spread them out again so you can get them in every bite. Looks like I might have to get more for all 6 of these bagels. So now again, we just spread them out here. And now we are going to take the fish. Now Nova Lock is smoked at a cold smoke usually. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. Nova Lock is just cured. So this is cured in a salt and sugar mixture that allows it to be, well, eaten basically raw. It's cured, kind of like ham. But we now have our lock and bagel. And there you go. Now, I'm gonna end filming here because, well, the wife and I want to eat breakfast and we're really excited about this. All right, with the Rueben, as I've said before, we actually get the pastrami and also the corned beef. Now we get their regular one. We don't get their lean one, which I am guessing their regular is off of the decal of the roast, or I'm sorry, of the meat there. So we're gonna take, we've got 2 of the pastrami, so I'm gonna take about, I don't know, 3/4. The wife said that she really didn't want a huge sandwich for this one, but what we're gonna do is put it in one of these silicone bags, and I'm actually gonna mix the pastrami and the corned beef together, considering we're gonna mix them on the sandwich anyway. Not real concerned about them mixing in the bag being warmed up. So I'm using a pair of just kitchen shears. These are used for just food. So I'm opening up the bags here. Now we only do have 1 of these, so I will make sure that I only use a 1/4 to 1/3 of it to make sure that we have enough corned beef for the rest of our sandwiches. So we're gonna put it again in the silicone bag. After we get the desired amount that we want in here for our sandwiches, we will go ahead and seal up the bag. I'm gonna grab just a little bit more corned beef here. Yeah, we're gonna put a little back. All right, so we're gonna seal this bag up, and I will link everything that I'm using in below, the sous vide, the bag here, and also a link to Katz Deli, and that way you guys can do this from your own home. So I'm gonna take out as much air out of this bag as possible, and then we're gonna put it in our water bath from the sous vide. Now, all right, so this is our sous vide. It is an Anova, kind of one of the most common ones. We've set it for 150 degrees. I have it in a Rubbermaid container, and all I'm gonna do is place that bag in the water, and we're gonna let it go for about 10 minutes. All right, so one of the secrets to this is definitely the cheese and the sauerkraut. Now, the easiest way that we have found to do it, and the way that they do it at Katz's, is we take the cheese, and easiest way to do it is just take it out and put it in its own container in a minute. Depending on how cheesy you like it, but we take just 1 piece of cheese, take some of the sauerkraut, and you don't want it cold, you want it warmed up. So we're gonna put some of it on a plate, we're gonna spread it out about the size of the cheese. And then we are going to warm this up just slightly for like 10 seconds in the microwave, because there's not a lot of stuff here, and that is then going to allow us to be able to flip that over and put it onto our sandwich and have it all kind of together. All right, so for our bread, we're going to, of course, use their deli rye. Now I do go a couple slices in just so you get a larger piece here. We're gonna open it up here. We're gonna take their Russian dressing, and it absolutely has to be Russian dressing. We buy it from there because it is, well, kind of iconic, the whole thing. And we kind of just spread it on here. Now, the wife doesn't like a ton, I do. So again, nice way, because we are making these, we can make them the way we want to. So I'm gonna make mine. So I'm gonna actually put it on both sides. With hers, I only put it on one. And now we will go ahead and grab our cheese now that I've got that done. All right, so you can see our cheese is just a little bit melty, a little bit soft. And what I'm gonna do is actually just kind of flop it over here. But now you can see we've got most of that sauerkraut on there, and the cheese is just a little bit warm. So now it is time for our meat. Meat has been in for about 10 minutes. Since this is 150 degree water, we are gonna use, yes, Mickey tongs. I know. If you've seen the rest of the channel, you know we do a lot of Disney stuff. So we're going to use that to get that out of there. And now that we have our meat out of the sous vide, we are gonna grab some of the corned beef, and you can see that it does the hang test. It is warm, it is just absolutely wonderful. So we're gonna put that on our sandwich. Hey, just like at Katz's, I needed to have my little taste of what's going on my sandwich. So we're gonna put a couple pieces of that there. We go through and put a couple pieces of our pastrami as well. Now, I think the pastrami is probably my favorite, but we'll put just a little more corned beef because we just to kind of be even. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our top on. And of course, we're gonna go ahead and cut that. And look at that sandwich. That is definitely a Katz sandwich. All right, and of course, we're gonna have to take a bite out of this just to make sure that it is, well, up to Katz's. The only thing better would be if I was sitting in New York and could get my cannolis for dessert right after this. It is fantastic, and I absolutely suggest that you go ahead and order Katz's. If you've never been there, go ahead and order it. You'll never have deli meat like this. If you have been there, get a taste of it, and remember how much you need to go back and visit the Lower East Side for a Katz's sandwich. All right, guys, so that is our review and unboxing of Katz's Deli and getting it overnighted to you. By all means, if you like Katz's or if you've never had it, definitely order it. And you know what? Also, if you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. Smash that like button if that's what you're into. Also, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified when I release new content. And with that being said, you guys gotta go, because I want to eat this really bad. So we'll talk to you later. Get out of here. Go.